We're back! Hey everyone, and welcome back to Behind the Game. I'm your host, Grace Mott. A little change of plans. Instead of interviewing the women's lax team, I am joined today by women's softball player Jasmine Ramirez. The Griffins are beginning their season this weekend when they head to Myrtle Beach for their annual tournament. Now, Jazz, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, hi guys. My name is Jasmine Ramirez. I'm on the softball team, obviously, as Grace just said. You're probably tired of seeing us two together. Oh my gosh. I'm from California. I'm a media communications major, minoring in marketing, and I'm a senior.
Okay. You are heading to Myrtle this weekend. How are you feeling, and how's the team shaping up?
I'll be honest, I am actually really excited just because I am a senior. This is my last trip. Oh, don't make me sad. This is my last trip, so I really am trying to take every second of it in, from the bus rides to the long bus ride, the 10-hour bus ride we have to sit in. Oh my goodness, I'm stressed because I get car sick.
But you'll miss it.
I get car sick.
It's okay. You'll miss it though.
No, I will miss it for sure. But kind of going back to your question, I'm really excited for this group of ladies because last year the seniors last year, there was maybe like 8 of them. So we lost a good amount of seniors. And we have 12 freshmen. So even more seniors like that we lost, we gained back. So it's really cool to kind of see how they're kind of fitting into the team. And they're just so young. Or even though they're not like that much younger than us. Or, well, you're a sophomore. Well, I should be talking. But when you look at it, like I like see like myself in a little bit in them, because I'm like, wait, I used to be that. And I used to look at my seniors like, wow,
it's so far away and yet it's so close.
And then you're here and it's like, I'm gonna cry. Like
I know, like sophomore year is almost over. I'm gonna be a junior. I'm like, wait, like I literally just got here.
Wait, stop, you're not a junior. Like, oh my gosh.
You're a catcher. So how did you initially get into catching?
This is actually a personal story. I don't think a lot of people know this either, even like my closer friends. So my uncle was a catcher. So I know I'm a Latina Mexican, so I'm a little shorter, but my uncle was about 6'2", 6'3", so he was on the taller side. And he was a catcher. He was really good. Even got like the chance to play in the MLB, like for minors. And even though he didn't end up going, he was a catcher and he was so good. And even though I didn't get to see him play or anything like that, I just knew that I wanted to be a catcher just like him. And his uncle actually did pass. So just catching to me it means like everything, because I get to do what he necessarily didn't get to do. And that just means everything to me and so much more. So when you ask like why I catch, I genuinely catch for him. Like he was genuinely like my inspiration.
Those are always nice, like the personal stories.
Yeah, because honestly, when I've been playing softball since I was maybe like 6. So I was very young, 21 now. And I didn't start catching till I was maybe 12, which if you look at it in a retrospective, like softball, pitchers start pitching when they're like young. Like catchers start catching when they're young. You kind of pick your position at a young age. I was horrible. As like a kid, I was so bad.
Where did you start?
They put me in the outfield, but in rec ball, or that's what they call that's what they call it for us, like when you barely start. Our rec ball, like everyone has to play, so they would put the bad players in the outfield. And every softball player knows that, so I was an outfielder, but I finally picked my position.
I played infield. I did play a little t-ball when I was little.
Well, you did tell me this. What position were you?
I actually couldn't tell you. Couldn't remember. But it's the same thing with little kid soccer. Like they throw you anywhere. Like I've played goalie through my life. I've played defense. I played midfield. I've played up top. It's all about like that was. Last time I played goalie was high school. They threw me in there. That wasn't that long ago. That was a fun experience.
I was actually a soccer player too, and my mom was like, "Okay, like choose softball or soccer," and I was like, "Softball," because I hated running. I was like, "I'm not running." Like, bye.
Okay,
I was a goalie too.
The track team then. Well, you're also one of our California girls here. We have a couple of them, a couple on your team too.
Yeah.
What is it like being across the country?
It is actually one of the hardest things I've ever done. I think, like, thinking back in my life, I moved here when I was 18 years old. Like, I was 18 and by myself. And my freshman year, I actually had a roommate from California. So it was really cool to, like, have someone from home. But unfortunately, she did transfer. So even, like, entering sophomore year, like it was just such a challenge because I was like, I'm kind of doing this by myself. Like, you know, I obviously found like great friends a friend that became family too, Camille. Shout out to Camille. It generally is an entire different world. And when I say that, they don't necessarily believe it because they're like, we're in the same country.
Yeah.
No, it's an entire, like,
you're across the
like, what's a
country.
John? Like, what? No, I'm joking. Like, I think that's actually my favorite thing about, like, being here is that word. It's so fun. I don't know. I remember first time hearing it, my teammate was like, can you give me that John? And I was like, what? And she was like, can you give me that John? And I'm like,
what are you talking about?
I'm so confused. What is that? She was like, it means anything. And I'm like, okay, what do you want?
Even like sports teams, like you're a Rams fan.
And a Dodgers fan, by the way.
That too. But coming to a city like Philly must be so hard for like sports too, because it's like we are so hardcore.
Yeah, I'm like scared of you guys. No, I'm so serious. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. You guys are kind of crazy.
Passionate. Okay.
Insane. No,
Passionate.
Like crazy. Imagine how I felt when like especially last year, when you guys like for the Eagles like Rams game, like I was literally at an Eagles like household, and I was like, I was like so scared. I couldn't even cheer for my team. Like it was so scary. Or even being here during playoffs, that was actually really hard for me.
That was bad.
I mean, we won. Like, sorry guys, not trying to open a wound, but
it's okay. We won the Super Bowl, so it's fine. Last year, it's fine. One thing I ask all my guests is what it means to you to be a student athlete. You run the Griffin. You do a bunch of behind the scenes media stuff. You're involved in everything. You're in the news. How do you balance that with your minor and then going to lift games? You're traveling to Myrtle for spring break. You don't even get a spring break.
No.
How do you balance that?
Honestly, like me doing all those things, it's honestly not that I don't love doing them, but it's genuinely like I'm doing it for like my future and like my resume builder. Softball was a way to get me to school and to pay for my school, but obviously like I have goals, you know what I mean? And so obviously I really am a student first athlete, 100% last, and just target or what's the word? Juggling like all my internships and everything. Like I have anxiety, so I like my head tells me like get it done, or else I feel guilty. I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Like I need to do this. No, like genuinely, that's how my head works. My mom and my whole family is so hardcore about school and like passing, but I'm so grateful. Like I know people like don't think like that's the healthiest on a child sometimes, but honestly, I am literally the person I am and the hard worker I am because of that. Because of that kind of like stress of I need to do well. I need to do well for my family. I need to do well for my future. So it's hard, of course. It's 100% hard, especially going into season. Every time you go into season, I've done this is my 4th season, so kind of doing this. So I'm kind of used to this at this point, but it genuinely is a really hard adjustment to do both, especially from practices to lifts. But honestly, you just have to look at it as if like it's my last time doing it, so I better
have fun.
Yeah.
No, I like how you do put student first. I feel like sometimes we forget that. It's sometimes sports can feel like a job.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you're in the midst of the season or like you're heading right to playoffs, like that's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. And putting student first sometimes I feel like just falls. Yeah. So it's really good that you keep it like that.
Yeah, it's about the mindset. I know a lot of people struggle. Like even people that come up to me and they're like, how do you do it? You're away from home. Yeah. And I'm like, it's literally just about your mindset. Like if you don't have a positive mindset about what you're doing and your intentions of how you're doing it, then you're going to be miserable. Yeah. And I refuse to be miserable. I refuse to,
it should be fun.
No, of course. And it is so fun. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Like I'm just excited to see kind of like what the rest of the season has for me. The last of my softball career.
It'll be fun. You got it. Well, thank you for being on.
Of course. I'm so happy to be here.
Before we go, here's a quick update on the rest of the Griffins and their season. The women's basketball team is 12-7 in the conference right now. Their next game will be against Felician University on Saturday, February 28th. Then they will be heading to playoffs. The men's basketball team is 6-13 in the conference. Their next game is also against Felician University on February 28th. Women's bowling has their next set of matches on February 28th and March 1st. Men's lacrosse travels to Pace University this Saturday, February 28th. Women's lacrosse travels to West Virginia on Tuesday, March 3rd, and then again to Virginia on Saturday, March 7th. And men's baseball plays the College of Staten Island for their home opener on February 28th, then to North Carolina from March 5th to March 7th. As always, thank you for joining me on this week's episode. Next week, we have a spring break, so there will be no episode until after. Enjoy the break, and I hope to see you all for the rest of the spring sports.